Hello. Hello. Meet late tonight, so I will do a quicker intro as much as I can. As quick as I can, I mean. Trying to go quick. Click on that, click on this, click on that. Click here, click there. Open Twitch, change the stream name. Open YouTube, change the preferences. I mean, there's so much I have to do whenever I start the stream, you have no idea. I mean, there's probably a way to automate all of this, but I don't know how, so. But yeah, there is probably a better way to do all of this. So open YouTube, change the name of the stream, save it, change the options. I think I fucked it up. Wait. Yeah, save it. Go to option, change this, change that, save. Calibrate webcam, start the little tunes. Okay, go to go here, create the stream title and things and post it on Discord, and then this is all the stuff that I do every time I start the stream, boys. And go to Facebook in our group and post it there, and then open X, also known as Twitter, and post it there, and then open the calendar and relog, because our calendar doesn't allow, you know, permanent thingies. So relog again for the 1000th time, and then put in the time, and then add the event to the calendar. Yep. Then be sure that everything is up and running. Put your best smile on, and yeah, and say hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Oh my jaw. Look at my jaw. I can actually dislocate it. Okay, let's jump right into it because I'm a bit late. In theory, I want to start at 9:30, but I mean, never managed to start really at 9:30 for different reasons. But yeah, we are working on our fishing mini game. Working on our fishing mini game and trying to integrate it with our main game. And I made some progress for sure, but there is still quite a bit to do. So, okay, where we are now, let me just recap. Okay, so we have this beautiful schema that I created exactly for to give me some guidance, because, you know, working on this like 2 hours a day is kind of tough, because you start and stop and start and stop. I always have to remember what I did and where I was. But anyway, so yeah, this beautiful schema is the solution to all our problems, okay? And because it's telling me exactly what I have to call and when. So at the moment, this is called yes, I was on the win or lose, right? Because at a certain point we know if we won or if we lost, exactly, which is this end game. That is why this is open. But and the end game will drive the fact that you receive an actual prize, right? So the fish. So here we have a lose, here we have a win. This is just stuff that happens on the client side, but here we are basically presenting the fish, right? And actually, the client doesn't know which fish unless we send it here, right? In fact, here we say fish and difficulty, you see? We say fish and difficulty. So we needed to send, so that one is incomplete at the moment because the receive fish bite, right? The receive fish bite is sending, I think, only the difficulty. Receive fish bite, where is that? Here, receive fish bite. Yeah, receive fish bite is only getting the difficulty factor, but that's not enough actually. So we need to change that. We need to change that. Yeah, I think so. What do we? What should it be? Should it be the? Good question. Should it be just the string? I mean the path of the. Yeah, I think it should just be the path, like we do for everything else, right? So this will be the path to. So this will be a const f string whatever. Will be mesh path. Consider that I also have to select I mean there are a few things, right? Because there is the mesh path that I need to have, but the minigame also needs to know the weight because he has to scale the fish, right? He has to scale the fish properly. And in theory needs the weight because we have to print out, but that I think we can do it. I think that we can do it probably server side. It's not really needed. We can also do it client side. So I'm thinking if we should actually pass in the wall structure that we created. This fish characteristics, right? This fish characteristic. I think we should pass this wall thing actually, now that I think about it. I mean, the fish characteristic doesn't have the mesh, but and also doesn't have this item stat. Okay, no, maybe not. I think we only need I think we only need the quality, the weight. I think we only need the quality, the weight, the quality, the weight, and the scale. Now, because the scale, you know, is determined by the database, right? It's not something that is determined client side. Right, so yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking what I want to have first or last, but it's the same pretty much. Because what is driving the whole minigame is the difficulty factor, right? But so in theory, this should be the first parameter just logically, right? And then everything else fall, and then the fish type, right? The fish type, and then quality, weight, and scale. Not the book, but the hook. Yeah, I think we need it this way. I think we actually need it this way. Which means that here I mean, this calculate fish difficulty is absolutely not enough, right? Because you will have also to calculate the fish type. I think this fishing calculate difficulty is I think it should be more than this, right? So this will actually choose the fish. I mean, I can keep the name of the function like this, but actually this should really return. I mean, it can return the difficulty, but it really needs to return our fish characteristic thingy, right? It should return this. Right? Because this is what we need. Pretty much. I think we can describe this a bit. Because this as an input only has my fisher, right? So it's generating a completely random fish. But wait a second, doesn't even have the location. Yeah, because it gets it from the client. Yeah, so basically this one, right, relies on the previously selected fishing location, which is actually stored on the character, right? And returns the game difficulty plus the fish characteristics, right? Exactly. Hello, Hula. So that is what this thing should do. Okay, like this I think is much better. I mean, this may happen only if the player remove the bait, right? When should we consume the bait? When should we consume the bait? We should consume the bait, I think, as soon as the fish is biting. Yeah. So actually here. I think whoever is calling this before starting the minigame, exactly. Here we should consume the the thingy. And then tell the client we got a fish. I mean, in theory, I could pass in the fish stats, but it's not really possible because we're missing the scale. Why we are missing the scale? We are missing the scale because the scale is calculated. Yeah, but I would add the scale. I mean, it's derived, but I would. It's derived from the weight, right? But I would still put it in. I would still put it in. Yeah. What is going on? What is because I was in the search. I was typing code directly in the search. Yeah, that is why I was not able to go back and navigate back. Exactly. Right, so this will give us all the parameters that we need on the client to actually run the mini game and also get, you know, the proper scale for the object. Okay, and then we need to consume the bait. So here the player will actually see that the bait is gone, and yes, he will go every time the fish is biting. So you have to be careful if you cast multiple times, you know, just to get different fishes. You will consume a lot of baits. Yes, I think that is good. I mean, this we need to do, obviously. Okay, so up to here, I think I'm fine. But the bait item we have it here. So or we return it, or we consume it inside of this. I think we should consume it inside of this, because otherwise I have to return it, and then, you know, doesn't seem to be a great idea. Yeah. Consumes the bait. Now, if we don't find a bait, right, because maybe the players say, oh, I just removed the bait from my hand after I start the minigame, so I fuck the process. But no, because if you remove it, right, this will return -1, and if we return -1, we will say that, I mean, the minigame will just not start, right? So if difficulty factor equals to -1, right? Bait has been removed, right? So if it returns -1, then we just say sorry, you fucked up, right? And we will say, so we will not start the game. Actually, I think we have to stop the game. Hello, Steve. Hey, thank you for the follow and welcome. Hello, hello. We are working on our mini game, integrating it into our main game. At the moment I'm working with baits and fishes. So, yeah, the only point is that I need the client to basically stop the game if this happens, right? So as soon as you remove the bait or even if you remove the fishing rod, it's pretty much the same, right? Yeah, you may remove the fishing rod, which that would be super awkward because it's like you are in the middle of fishing and you decide to remove the rod from your hand. Do we have to revalidate that? Well, that I don't really care actually, as long as, yeah, but that is a kind of a case we need to take into consideration, right? Because people will do it. Or we lock the inventory temporarily while you are fishing, right? So that you, but that is awkward as well. I don't know, I have to think about it. What is the best way, right? But we don't want the people to remove the rod or remove the bait while they are fishing during the mini game, right? But they have access to the inventory for sure. So they could do whatever they want. But the only thing we want to be sure is that we don't start the mini game if there is no bait, right? And if there is no tool, actually. We could also check the tool again here. The problem is that it could be another tool, right? It is not anymore the one that we had when we started, because this is actually happening after some time, right? So there is an event, a game event that happens when the fish is actually catching the hook. So may happen like 5 seconds later, right? And in those 5 seconds, the player can do whatever he wants. So, but I would say that is kind of a corner case, a bit of a, you know, exception management. Let's park it, but we have to. So should we check if the rod is still equipped, right? So that is something that we have to think about. And if the bait has been removed, we basically have to stop the mini game, or well, we have to. Yeah, we have to stop the casting. I mean, the bobber needs to go back to the rod. Yeah. So this probably is a function that we didn't consider in this mapping, right? Because yeah, there is a case that we didn't consider, but we have to force the client to return to stop the minigame and return to a stop state. So we need to create a new receive stop. No, let's say bobber back, send bobber back, right? Yeah, we need to create a function that does this. Which will be a blueprint implementable event, right? So if something went wrong, right, during the mini game, Well, during the wait for a fish, right? Like the... Yeah, because in theory, you can remove it also after that, right? So you can remove the rod even while you are playing the mini game, which is... I think we need a lock of some kind, because otherwise that would look weird. I think it will. Yeah. I mean, you can cause quite some havoc if you do that. I go up the ladder and I see Tiger looking at me. And it was a nice coincidence, Sula. Okay, so this one we will use, right? This one we will use. This one we will use. Yeah. And this will just finish, right? We just complete the trigger so we don't start the minigame. And the problem is that we consume the... No, because the bait is not there. Okay. Okay, so now I just need to complete this, right? So now consume the bait. Consume the bait. Yeah, consuming the bait should not be super hard because we basically have to remove one stack. Remove one stack from an existing stack, right? So it's a slot movement. What is the best way to do it? I don't know if it's inside inventory or it's probably remove item, right? Yeah. Remove item. Now container. What is container? If it's inside a container. What? This is only for containers? No, I don't understand. Remove an item from the bulk slots, right? Container. Bulk slot is the slot we want to remove the item from. Count the number we want to take. -1 means the whole stack. Pointing to the item that was removed. Yeah, but I see from the code that he's trying to search this. He's passing the container. Probably this one, if the container is null, is fine. Yes. Container is optional. Okay, good. It's not really specified in the description, but right? Exactly. So yeah, we can leave this null and we can say left hand and we can say 1. Now we have to be super careful on this because if we messed it up, we will destroy the rod, right? You have to do the same when I go down. Do you want the tiger to actually follow you the whole time? Where are you? You are there, eh? I see you. Dun 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 dun. I can actually move. You don't know, but I can actually move. Okay. So, remove item. Yeah, so remove item is okay. So we can pass null pointer here. And then we can pass the bulk slot. that in this case will be right hand, right? Would be no, left hand, right? What is the difference between these two? Ah, yes, this one. Yeah, okay. So left, by the way, it was here. Left hand, and then the quantity, which is 1, right? So we remove 1 bait. So if you have a stack, you can put a stack on, right, of 60 baits, right? And obviously the bait needs to be stackable, but they are. And we will remove the bait. Okay, so here we are consuming the bait. I don't know if this remove item is already sending back the inventory to the client or not. Potentially not. No, it's not. So it's not updating. It's actually not updating the client. Because here we do update item view, right? And update item view is the one that is actually removing, if I remember right. Yeah, it's sending the inventory again. So I think we have to use that after remove item, right? Yeah. What was it? Update, what? Update item views? Update item views. No? Update item views in what? In character manager? Okay, in character manager. So it's basically this. With our client, right? So this will send you the inventory and you will see the bait going down by 1. Which is fantastic. Okay, so we determine the bait. Now the bait bonus. The bait bonus is inside the bait item in, we said, extra info. When? Is in get base stats, yes. Why not? It's not here. It's called item extra info. Yeah, I named it item extra info because there is already another field that is called extra info. I didn't want to. Yeah, it's not accessible, and I think it's a good idea that it's not accessible. So let's just create a function that can return it, right? Public. Now, extra info is actually a string, which is a bit weird, but it is. Maybe one day I will redo this, right? Because, but I don't know. Maybe it is not the best way to actually go to a string, but I wanted to have it as a string so that it's generic enough, right? And then we will have to do what? We will have to do an A to F. Of this, right? Okay. Yeah, it likes it like that. So this will be a value from 0 to 0.4 at the moment, which is basically the percentage of bonus that you have in the calculation. And then we will use to generate the number that then is using the randomizer to give you the fish rarity, right? Yeah. Okay, so we consume the, so we determine the bait bonus, we consume the bait, we send the updated inventory, okay, and then what? And then we need to do what we were doing here inside yeah, inside choose fish. Basically, this function will completely disappear from the blueprint, right? It will not be used anymore because this will become all C++, right? But I think the first thing that we need to determine, because all these variables depends on the fish. So like the carp has this probability, right? This skill level, this minimum quality, this maximum quality, right? So that is all determined by the fish that you select. I think this can be done actually down here. It's probably more logically the sequence, right? First we consume the bait, we find the bait, consume the bait, understand what fishes you can fish later, right? Which is here. So here we get the fishes that we can fish, which is are not all the ones that are in the lake, because it depends on our skill, right? So we are passing in the skill. So here we have the list. So now I need to randomize it based on including the bait bonus. And the bait bonus was a 10% influence based on the bait type. Okay, so but this is not the case anymore, right? This is not the case anymore. Yeah, exactly. So what was this minimum value, maximum value? 0 and 1. Okay. But anyway, the result was a number between 0 and 1, which is exactly what we have already now. Yeah, we have it already. So this is our bait bonus. This is already a number between 0 and 1. That is the bonus. So basically this function is already done, right? But now, right, based on all the fishes that we have to determine. So if I have only 2 fish, so what did we say the other? I forgot the reasoning. No. I forgot the reasoning. What did we say? We said that adjust the probability to the sum up to 100%. So we said that we are going to sum up and then randomize up to that number. Yeah, the only problem is that if I have a fish, because how do I do it with the bonus? So let's say I have 0.5 carp, 0.3 ide, and 0.2 jester fish, right? So I have this probability. And in reality, with my skill, I can only fish this two, right? I can only fish this two. So I need to sum up the probability, and that would be my new number for randomization, right? My only issue is how do I scale the bonus? Because assume that I get only the carp, which is 0.5. And so I have a bonus of like 30% on something that is 0.5, so it's huge. Should I scale down the probability? Should I scale down the bonus to the new? So do I want the bonus to always affect in the same way? Yeah, I think so. So if my bonus is 1, I have to divide it by 0.5, right, to get a 0.5 bonus, yes. No, I mean it the opposite. I have to do 0.5 divided by 1. So if I have, okay. So I need to get the max random. And this would be what? This would be this would be what? It would be fish probability, eh? Fish probability, yeah, I think so. What happened? No! What happened? So I'm adding fish probability, right? I'm adding fish probability. So at the end of this, I have a number that, for example, is 0.8, right? And actually, I can randomize from 0 to 0.8, but the problem is adding the bonus on top, which is what I'm a bit confused at the moment. But also, how do I know which fish I'm getting based on the result? I mean, we do this already in the loot randomizer, so it should be the same, right? How do we do it in the loot randomizer? When we randomize, Get rarity. No, it's not that. Randomize item, right? How do we know the result? Randomize item. How do we do this? Because okay, we random you roll a number, right? Like this, yes. You roll a number. But then after you roll that number, how do you know exactly? How do we know what modifier we get? Max probability? I mean, we do a for loop again on all the items. No. I mean, it is a bit more complex because you also have a consideration about cost and... Yeah, but we are basically, yeah, we are basically cycling toward the through all the items again to understand which one we got, which is a bit annoying, but I think is probably the only way to do it. Is there a better way? Is there a better algorithm, guys, to do this, or? I mean, it is very few items, right? We are speaking about like 3, 4, 10. I don't know. I mean, maximum 10. So doing a for loop with 10 items, I think is okay. Should not be a performance problem, right? But I was thinking, because I basically scanned them once to get the total probability, and then I randomized, and then I scanned them again to get actually what I got, right? Assuming that they are in the same sequence. Yeah, they don't move. So they stay in the same sequence, yes. Now consider that the second one will have 0.3, right? It will not have 0.6. It will not tell us that it's starting from 0.5 going up, right? So we will have to do what? To remove the number. Yeah, that is what confused me, right? No, we had it. Now I lost it. We had it. I see. How can you do probability greater than item probability? Did you modify it while we were going through? Because otherwise, yeah, probably these are loaded already with the probability being, yeah, these are loaded. These are loaded with the probability being 0, 5, 0, 9, yeah. I mean, we can change that actually because can we? No, we cannot. We cannot because this is global, so we cannot change it because it is a pointer to an actual natural resource, so I cannot change it, right? Okay, but anyway, they stay in the same sequence, right? So I have my 0, 5 before the 0, 3. The only thing that we need to know is that this in reality is not 0, 3, but is 0, 5 plus 0, 3, right? So because here we arrive up to 0, 8. So that's the only thing that we need to take care when we do the check, so that we already had a previous. So we have to keep the previous, sum it up, pretty much like we do here, sum it up, and then randomize, right? So we randomize the fish. So to randomize, I have to rand in range, right? Because I need to start from 0 for sure, but then I need to go up to my max random, right? With the extreme included. Okay, included. Fantastic. Yes. Yes, so this will be my chance, right? This will be my roll, let's say. That is my roll. Okay. Now that I have my roll, I want to add to it the bonus. And the only thing that I'm thinking is that the bonus should always be scaled, right? On the max random, because otherwise, right, it will make a difference if you select, like, you only have one fish of 0.3, and then your max bonus is like super crazy, right? So it's super big, which is like 40%. So it should always be scaled. Is that right or not? Is that right or not? So if I have my carp 0.5, right, and I have my ida 0.3, and so I am actually randomizing between 0 and 0.8, and my bonus, right, my bonus for the bait that I'm using, which is a super nice bait, is 20%. So I want, what do I want? I want my roll to be 20% better, but I want it between 0.8. So this should always be scaled on 0.8. So I need to do 0.2, right? 0.2 divided by the sum of these two, right? Which is in this case higher. Yeah, because it is higher. No, it cannot be higher. What? It cannot be higher. So is the sum divided? What? I mean 0.2 on 1 cannot be 0.25 on 0.8. No? Zero two multiplied by 0.8. Ah, better. 0.16. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So I have to okay, so that I think is correct. So I need to so my bonus is the bait bonus, right? Multiply by my max random. So that is the scaled bonus, whatever you want to call it, right? And the scale bonus, which in this case will be 0.16, right, is added on top of my roll. So I will do roll plus my scale bonus. But I have to be sure that my roll is actually clamped between 0 and max random anyway, right? So we don't want to go, exactly, we don't want to go above, because otherwise what you breaking my balls for? What it doesn't like? Ah, sorry, because it needs the input. Okay, so probably is enough to say 0. Yeah, but I like it more 0.0, so it doesn't do any weird stuff. Because some of these functions are overloaded, you know, with integers and double digits, single digits. So sometimes, you know, if you don't put this, it's like converting it, truncating it. I don't know. The math functions tend to be too smart, right? Okay, so here we randomize our fish. No, here we have our roll, including the bonus of the bait, right? So now we need to understand which fish we got. And to understand which fish we got should be fairly simple, because I run again through this, right? I run again through this, and what do I do here? I think I need a current probability. You know, we start with 0. And then I will do current probability plus my fish probability. And then I will check if my roll, right, if my roll is less or equal. Equal included? Yeah, equal included. Then the current probability, right? If it is, it means that we stay within the 0.5, right? It means that we stay within the 0.5. Ah, but wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. There is a problem. The bonus... Because the bonus only goes up, right? So if they are not ordered by rarity, the bonus will not work, right? The bonus will go against you. So imagine that you have a super rare fish that is at the beginning, right? You have a super rare that is here, and is 0.1, right? And you have a bait bonus of 0.2, which actually we add on top of the roll. Right? So this will basically move you away from the super rare instead of moving you towards the super rare. right? So I don't know if this idea of the bonus is correct. I mean, if I have my super rare here, then it kind of works, because if I roll, let's say that I roll, let's say that my rolls are right, my rolls are 0.6, 0.7, 0.4, 0.5, right? So pretty much average except this one. In my super rare is 0.1, right? So this goes from 0 to 0.5, right? This goes from 0.5 to 0.8. Sorry, I'm messing up a bit here, but anyway, from 0.8 to that, and this goes from 0.8 to 0.9, right? So when I roll this, I roll a 0.6, my bonus is 0.16, right? So with bonus it will be 0.76, right? And this one with bonus will be, well, what? Why I don't like this? What? Are you crazy? What did he do? He did a range? Why did he a range? Completely crazy guy. Yeah, so this would be like this, right? So basically you will reach this, the super rare, right, only with this roll of 0.7 and the bonus of 0.16, right? So if I don't have, so what I'm trying to say is that if I don't have my rarity listed in order, the bonus will work against you instead of working towards you, right? But this is a kind of a problem though, because I need to ensure that in my database, well, I can actually order by, should I reorder? Yeah, I should reorder it, because if something happens in the database for whatever reason, that may be one entry, I mean, we decide to change the percentage of this, and we say, oh, now this is 0.1, right? And the database gets saved like this, and they are not in order, I'm fucked, right? And we cannot rely on that, right? We cannot rely on this. We cannot. So we have to reorder the array, right? To be sure that the lowest probability is always the last element, right? So this is in order of probability. Yeah, we have to do that, boys. Otherwise this will never work. So can I sort this by probability? We need a freaking lambda thingy. Oh my god. We did it already. We did that already multiple times. Well, not many times, but we did it already. Yeah, like this. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Fantastic. Exactly what we need. Here's a T array, right? Yep. Okay, good. So we need to be sure that the array is ordered by probability ascending, right? Yes. So we will rearrange these available resources. We will rearrange these available resources by... what is this? Pair string end. No, I have my natural resource item. So we say that A is greater than B. Return A name is less than B name. Was this sorting ascending or what? This was sorting alphabetically, right? So this was sorting alphabetically. So the lowest was at the beginning. So we need the opposite of this, right? We need the opposite. So we need where A dot probability is greater than B dot probability. Okay, so I think this will do. We can debug it and see if it works, but basically this will be right. Probably ascending, so that the bonus is pushing towards the end of the array, right? Okay, that is good, huh? Because if we didn't do this, all the baits would work against you instead of helping you. Okay, now we search the fish that we got. So we do this, we check if my roll is less. Wait a second. I need to find if my roll is less. Yes, if my roll is less. So for example, here I did 0.6. I say, is it less than 0.5? No, so I don't get this, right? But I will get this. Okay. Okay, well, we have to test it a bit, but in theory it should be correct. So if my roll is lower than the current probability, it means that we are within that particular item, and so that's the fish that we got, right? Now if we get 0 results, I mean, which in theory should be impossible unless the array is empty, right? Because we are randomizing within and then we are clamping, so we get always the, you know, one of the elements. If the array is empty is a problem, right? If the array is empty, if this array is empty, then it means that we didn't catch anything. I mean that the lake is empty, so that there are no fishes. Well, there are no fishes that I can catch. Yeah, because this can actually return empty, huh? So if all the fishes in the lake require super high skill, right, this array will be empty. So if this array is empty, then what do we do? If this array is empty, I think that this, unfortunately, I mean, this check should be done before, because yeah, this check must be done before, because otherwise you spend time fishing and you will never catch anything, right? I mean, do we want the player to stay there and never catch anything? Doesn't seem to be a good idea, right? So imagine you are in a lake right? That all the fishes in that all the fishes in that lake are above your skill. So what do you want? What do you want the game to do? Do you want the game to allow you trying anyway, but you would never catch anything? Well, maybe we can just tell him, right? We can just let him try once, and then we can say, we can send him a message and say that all the fishes in, I mean that we can say that you don't see any fishes. The problem is that we already consumed the bait. No, I think we should say it before then. I think it's a bit pointless to have the player go there and so um, yeah, I would actually do this. So I would do it before. I mean, there is no point of you standing there trying to fish in a place that you cannot fish, right? It's super annoying. So now the problem is, where should we put that? Where should we put that check though? Because here. But how can I? Because these are two different types of resources. One is near natural resource and the other is natural resource. Yeah, super annoying. Okay, so if my player can actually fish it, Okay. So putting the check here is much better because when you start fishing, right, if you cannot fish any fish in that lake, you will not I mean, you will get a message that you don't see anything good to fish. Now, the only problem is that you will get the same message. You will get just, you don't see a good place to fish, right? While in reality, in this case, it's just that the fishes are too hard for you, right? So maybe we want to give a different message in that case. So maybe I have a kind of a boolean here that says present but too hard for you, right? And so if the resource is there, we actually found it, right? But our skill is not enough, right? Right? And so then maybe we can give a different message here. Right? It seems to be a better idea. How do we phrase it so that it is generic enough? We can say, because we have fish, right? We have fish. Fish is percentage S. So I can say your current skill does not allow you to fish here. I think it's not very nice though, but your current skill, or this place is too hard for your skill to fish. You're perhaps more speed if they drop some pie on the water before. What? Your current skill. Your current skill doesn't allow you to fish here, or is not enough to fish here. It's not enough to fish here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, nice. That is very nice. So at least you will see if it's too hard for you, right? Okay, in theory, if all of this works, but I think it will. So now, so we don't have to do that check here. So we assume that this is always valid. There is at least one entry. So if there is at least one entry, we randomize the fish, we add the bonus scaled on the max random, we order the thing, yes, we search the fish that we got, yes, and we get our catched fish. Okay, fantastic. So now we finally have our fish, right? So if something happens here, right, that fish is actually null, this should never happen, right? But if for whatever reason it happens, I think I would just send a message to myself. I mean, you know, on the server console saying no fish can be found, right? In theory, should never happen. And we would just return, right, -1 saying GG is not, you know, it's done. Okay. Now that we got the fish, we have to randomize the weight. We have to randomize the scale. And then we have to return it, right? No. And then we have to calculate the difficulty. Because the difficulty at the moment we didn't calculate anything on that, right? No, it didn't. In theory, the function is called calculate difficulty, but actually it is choosing the fish and then calculating the difficulty, right? So we have to randomize the weight. How the hell do we do that? Well, it's kind of easy because we have we just have to randomize, right? Weight. We just have to randomize in range between catch fish minimum weight and catch fish maximum weight. Easy. And then we have to do the same with the scale. No, the scale needs to be proportional to the weight, right? Yeah, exactly. So we don't randomize scale. We derive the scale from the weight, obviously, right? So based on that value, based on the value above, how do I scale it so that luring the fish? You want to lure the fish with a pie? I would suggest to lure it with some other meat. Fishes, I don't think that fishes like pie. We can ask ChatGPT if do fishes like pie, but I don't think that it will be positive. Do fishes like pie? Fish generally do not eat pie, at least in the wild, as it's not part of the natural diet. Most fishes prefer food like insects, smaller fishes, algae, plankton, depending on the species. That said, if you were to toss a piece of pie in a pond, some opportunistic fish might nibble on it just out of curiosity. But it wouldn't be good for their health. Describe the shape and feelings of an opportunistic fish. An opportunistic fish is often streamlined. That's pretty funny though. I mean, he said that only an opportunistic fish would do it, and I asked him to describe the opportunistic fish, and he's saying, an opportunistic fish, often streamlined or slightly stocky shape depending on its habitat. For example, streamlined, fish like bassel trout, stocky, fish like catch or carp. If a fish had feelings, an opportunistic one might be described as lifestyle, awful, and confident. Okay, so you are saying that a fish like that would be more inclined to eat a pie. Exactly. He's saying exactly. Exactly. So yeah, so I would say it may be like a restless carp, right? Or a hopeful catfish. They will actually Bite on your pie, Hula. So yes, ChatGPT says that you are right. So how do we derive the scale from the weight? So basically I have two ranges, right? I have two ranges. I need to scale the second range based on the first one. Huh? What? Ah! I have two ranges. I have two float ranges. Example 1 going from 0.1 to 0.8 and another going from 0.5 to 1.1. Then I pick a number inside the first range. Example 0.2, and I want a formula that scales, that finds the same 0.2 scaled properly inside the second range. I don't know, is it understandable? Holy fuck. So 0.2 in the first range scales approximately to 0.586 in the second range. Is that correct? It looks correct. Because it is what? It is 1/6 of whatever, 1. And this is 0.6 plus 1. Yeah, roughly below. Yeah, it looks okay actually. In game you have a potion, you can up some skill for a short time, Pirates Fishing too. We don't, but we should. We should have a potion or another food, right? Or a food, which is boosting your skill. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yes. Remind me when we get there, but yes, we should have, yes. So what is the formula? To scale the value from one range to another. Old mean, old max are the bounds of the first range. New mean, new max are the bounds of the second range. New mean, new max are the bounds of the second range. Okay, fine. I believe you. Should we believe this thing? Okay, I will believe. So the scale is... what is it? Is new minimum, which means catched fish minimum scale, plus, open parenthesis, x. What do you mean x? Ah, yeah, x is my 0.2. So the weight minus the old minimum, which is catch fish mean weight. Okay, there is a double parenthesis, by the way. So it's this, which is this, multiplied by new max minus new min, multiplied by new max. Wait, new is the scale, multiplied by new max minus new min, new max minus new min, yep, divided by Old max minus old min. So max scale. No, old. Max weight minus mean weight. Okay, let's just check it again one time. Can I do this in a way that I can see both? Yeah. So new mean is mean scale, yes, plus open parenthesis for this whole thing, weight, which is my x, minus catch fish mean weight, which is the old, yes, correct, old min, multiplied by the new, which is scale max and scale min, yes, divided by weight max minus weight min. Yeah, it's correct. Okay. Okay. This in theory should give us, you know, derive the scale from the weight using the scale min max range, right? Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. In this case, ChatGPT really helped us. I mean, assuming that is correct. If it's not correct, problem. But now we calculate the difficulty. No, wait. What we should do? We have the weight. We have the scale. We have the weight. We have the scale. We have to return. We have to return this structure, right? This fish characteristics. This fish characteristics. Do we have a constructor on this thing or no? We do. It looks like we do. I don't know. Quality. Okay, the quality. Oh my god. The quality. I don't even know. The quality. Just a second. The quality. We were getting it from here, right? Quality 25 to 75, influenced by skill and curve based. Oh my god, curve based. Okay, we can do that somehow. Oh my god. Yeah, we have to do this now. Yeah, we have to do this part. Okay, so this part. We have to do the quality. So the quality will be a random in range of min and max quality, right? So will be a random range like this, with the difference that we have quality and quality. Easy. Okay, so this is this. But then, what the hell do we do here? We find, we add the skill bonus. The skill bonus is the skill bonus. Do we already have the skill? Yeah, this is the skill value, right? Okay, so we have the skill value. So we should get min and max, do max minus min, do max, wait, max minus min. Bro, this thing is complex. Max minus min, and we get this. Then we multiply by 10%. No, we divide by 10. We divide by 10. Okay. We divide by 10. Okay. And then we multiply by, so that is what? That is the influence. Influence. Come on. I cannot type influence. That's a fact. 10% influence, and then what we do, we take the player skill, we divide it by 200 because it ranges between 0 and 200. So we divide it by 200, and then we multiply this by our influence factor. Okay. And then we add it on top of the current value, which is the randomize. So actually we do this later. So we do, so we add it on top. So we do quality plus this thing. Okay. We do quality plus this thing. And then we clamp it between the minimum and max. Yeah, the clamp is needed because otherwise. So then we clamp it. Where was the previous clamp here? And then we clamp it between minimum and maximum quality. Yeah, because we don't want that to go. I fucked up. Minimum and maximum quality. Okay, because we don't want to go below or above, you know, the max quality. Okay, fine. Now that's it. Fish quality mod. What happens here? Quality difficulty factor. Difficulty factor. So the quality difficulty factor is, oh my god, what is this? Is the fish quality mod minus the minimum. I don't understand exactly why, but the fish quality mod minus the minimum. Ah, yes, because I stay within the range, because here is one minus the other. Yeah, because I start from 0. So the fish quality mod, which is this, minus the mean quality, the fish quality mod minus the mean quality divided by the range, divided by the range. divided by the range being this minus this, right? Which maybe we can call quality range. So we use it, we do it only once, otherwise it's kind of annoying. Divided by quality range, right? Yes. Yes, which is max minus min, yeah. So this gives us the difficulty quality factor, because this difficulty quality factor is gone. But, right, we want to modify this based on a curve. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, we want to modify this based on a curve. So we want to multiply this. We want to multiply this by a curve. Okay, I think I accessed the curve already by code somewhere, somehow. But I'm not completely sure. Get animation curve value, return main instance, get curve value. Because there is a curve, you know, there is a curve that actually is what is fish quality curve. Is actually a property of my bobber. You know what is the problem is that I think that the curve, I mean, if we get it directly from the engine, we will have to load it, right? And this will be loaded every time, which is kind of annoying, while we want to load it only once, right? Because, or you have it inside an existing object, like the bobber, or but the bobber is not a C++ class, right? So I cannot access this. I don't think I can. And anyway, I'm server side. The bobber does not exist, by the way. Unreal Engine, get curve by code. Yeah, if it's in the animation instance, okay, but it's not in the animation instance. It's not in the animation instance. It's just a curve, but it's not an animation instance. Oh, fuck. It is going to cost us a bit of time. I think you just load it like a static asset. I think you just load it and that's it. You can use curve offset. Okay. U curve float. What? I don't understand where is loading the curve. It's not loading the curve anyway. What do you mean? Ah, okay. It's saying you put it on a property. Yes, you put it on a property. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, that would be the easiest. 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 Fuck. Yeah, that would be the easiest. The problem is, where do we... I mean, should I add a property on PlaneShift player controller, right? That has my fishing curve. I mean, it's kind of annoying. Because I mean, I can also put it on PS character if you want, but it's kind of annoying because actually I have multiple of these curves, right? I have multiple of these curves. I have the fish quality curve. No, it's the same one actually. It is used for both, but I mean, it's not sure it will always be the same. Because we have plenty of curves, but we use them all by blueprints, right? I think, yeah, we do. I mean, we have, and fuck. Can I replace this curve with something else? No, it's really the best. I think the curve is really a very nice object. I mean, or we add a fishing definition object somewhere. So or we create a new class, right? But it's kind of annoying to create a new class just for that. I mean, we could create a new class and have that property defined exactly like this guy is saying, right? Exactly like this guy is saying. And then you associate it, right, to in the editor. And then you can use it that way, right? So yeah, it is fantastic actually. It is a very nice, but I need a container, right? I need a container for my curve. What is a good container? I mean, putting on PS character is kind of annoying. And all these other classes are really not blueprint enabled, right? None of the server classes are blueprint enabled. I mean, we have game mode. We have game mode and we have game state. Can we put it here? I mean, putting fishing here sounds a bit weird, but I mean, definitely this is something that I see in the editor, right? Yeah. No, I don't. Client game mode, server game mode. Parent class game mode. Because otherwise I could load it, right? I think I can load it. I think I can load it by reference. I'm pretty sure I can. The only problem is... I mean, this will be a load static like we do, or static load. What is the name? Load static, yeah, static load object, right? So it will be like this. I think this will work actually. I think this will work with no issue, right? I think this will work with no issue. And we can do it once, right? In our minigame manager. So basically when minigame manager is starting, we can load it this way. Yeah, I prefer to do it this way, so I don't put in any weird place, right? I think minigame manager probably has as this, right? So when it's initialized, and so we will have a fishing curve, right? Fishing, what was the name? Fishing quality curve. Fish quality curve, right? And this fish quality curve will be defined in my minigame manager here. And this will be a U curve, right? It will be this. I think it's a U curve float. Now I don't know exactly. Yeah, because there are different types of curves, right? But this one I think is a float curve. Yeah, exactly, a float curve. So it's exactly what we need. So I think we will initialize this. What? We will initialize this when the minigame manager starts. And the only thing that we have to do, we have to say that this is this, and this is, I mean, obviously we don't have to move it. If we move it, is GG, right? We never work because there is a hard-coded reference. Right. Yes. We can check if this works, right? We can check if this loading actually works or not, but I think it will. So assuming that now we have the curve, yeah, in theory it should be that way. Assuming that we have the curve. Drum roll! You want to test something? Yeah, we can test. We can start to run this code, right? We wrote a lot of code. I think we can start to test it in a second before midnight, right? We can start to test all of this. So this will be minigame manager, right? Fish quality curve. So what was the way? Get float value. Okay. Get float value 1, right? Here we are in minigame manager. So fish quality curve, get float value, and then we pass in what? We pass in the scale difficulty. We pass in the scale difficulty. No, it is wrong. I mean, this is wrong because the fish weight is not using this curve, right? It is very stupid. I think that is wrong, guys, because the fish weight should be scaled with this. So first we weighted by the curve, right? And then we set the fish weight to be after the scale. Otherwise, this will not correspond to the difficulty. So I'm going with a different difficulty compared to the fish weight. I think it is wrong, actually. Because here I scale it after setting. And I do the same here, by the way. I do the same here. No, this is balls. This is wrong. This is wrong because this will have. So basically, you are using the curve only on the difficulty. You are not using the curve on the final quality, right? And we want to use it in both, actually. So we want the final quality to depend on that. So this fish quality mod, which is coming out of the skill bonus, which is derived, blah, 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 this should go into this. The only problem is that it needs to be scaled first, otherwise this doesn't work, right? Yeah, exactly. So we need to scale it and then scale it back, because this works from 0 to 1. So wait a second. So quality difficulty factor. Quality difficulty factor. That is the divide by quality range, right? Yeah. So there is a number. There is a number that is from 0 to 1. And is scalable with this float. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why I say multiply? No, I cannot. Multiply is not correct. But anyway, this is this is giving us the quality factor going on a curve from 0 to 1, right? And so basically now to get my original quality, what do I need to do? To get my original quality, so because I want my, yeah, exactly. I need to calculate back, you know. I have to calculate back the quality based on the curve adjustment, because the curve adjusted the value, right? Based on based on this curve, right? So what this curve is saying is that you have much higher chances of getting the average quality, average weight fish, right? And you have very little chance to get a very small fish, or very little chance to get a very big fish, right? And it is increasing this way. So this plateau is designed to do that. So now after this line, I have the quality resulting in still in a 0 to 1 range, but scaled on this curve, right? So for example, I enter with a 0.15, right? And I exit with a 0.4, right? So now I want to scale back my my 0.4 on the range, right? Which is basically the range multiplied by this, which for example will give me, you know, for this plus, right, plus the minimum, right? And this is my quality, and it is my quality after the scale. Yeah, exactly. Now is correct. Now I think is correct. Okay, so we have this. Maybe it could have been done without going through this, but divided by the range, I don't know, but it's fine. This is how it is. So now we have the final quality, and we have the final difficulty quality factor. We have the weight. We have the weight, and we have the scale, right? So we can create our final thingy. So this will be quality, then fish type, this guy. Well, not really this guy, but whatever. Because this does not have the pointer to the item stats. And that's very stupid, by the way. I don't understand why we are not loading the natural resource items directly with the ID. I don't get that. No, we do. Okay, reward. Yeah, we do. We do. So we have it. Reward. And then we need the weight, which is actually weight. And then we need the scale, which is actually scale. Right? So this will be our fish result. And this we need to return into our fish characteristics. Right? And then we have to return the difficulty. Well, for now we return this, but obviously this is not correct, right? Because we still miss the weight difficulty, and we still miss a bunch of stuff, right? But for now, let's test it this way, because there is a lot happening already. Okay, let me recompile. Can the car be adjusted with like the skill improvement? No, the curve. Hello, Red Bear Who? Hi. Sorry to interrupt. No, but it's good. It's good. I mean, I'm really streaming for interacting with you, so you're more than welcome to ask questions. Now, if it becomes one question every minute, no. But if it's one question like now every 2.5 hours, it's fantastic. So you are consistently working on something might help. Is this a drop curve for the fish sides? Can the curve be adjusted with like skill improvement? Yeah, I have actually a number of parameters here. I decided that, so I have quality of the fish and weight of the fish and type of fish, okay? And I decided that maybe I should document this somewhere, but I decided that the type of fish, like a carp, a jester, right, is determined. I mean, it's kind of, there is a threshold that is based on your skill, right? So if your skill is not enough for the jester fish, you will only get the carp and the ida in that lake, right? So we are actually cutting off the fishes that we cannot get, right? Then for the quality, we decided that the quality is influenced by the skill in fishing of the player. And we decided that the weight of the fish is not influenced by the skill of the player. So it's purely randomized on the curve that you have seen, right? And then we have the bait that you are using to bait the fish, right? And that one is added on top as a bonus to the fish that you get. So, but yes, I mean, the curve could be multiplied again by the skill if you want. Now, we are not doing it in this case because we don't think that way, but what is going on here? I'm missing a parenthesis. But yes, you can just get the curve and multiply by the skill, right? And you just have to be sure that you scale the skill back from 0 to 1, because my curve is from 0 to 1. But basically, the curve is increasing the probability that you get an average weight fish, right? So if we say that the fish is in general 0.5 kilograms, right? Which for you will be 1 pound, I guess. You will range around the 1 pound, right? Most of the time, and then like in a 10% of the cases you will get below, and in another 10% of the cases you will go way above, right? Okay, so I think we can just debug from here, because it is the real thing, right? This is the part that we really modified a lot. Let me just see. Yeah. Yes. We can start to debug from there. Yeah, and this will require some testing because obviously there is a lot of math and you know, special cases, but I think I catch them pretty much all. I'm making a card system and it seems that I need a curve for drop rates. Yeah, basically your cards are like my fishes, right? It's the same thing. The difference is that you probably don't have the player skill, right, into the drop rates of the... Like when you open a pack of cards, it's not that based on your skill you get a better, right? You get a better pack, but you better get a better card. But you maybe have rare packs and non-rare packs, right? So maybe the rare packs you can increase the... You can increase the drop rate, right? And but yeah, absolutely. I mean, you need a probability. So in our case, you know, for every fish, I define a probability. So I have my carp. So for you will be card number 1, card number 2, right? So this will be your probability, and you will have millions. So you will have, I don't know, 1,000 or 100, right? And each one will have a different probability. You can also put the probability by numbers instead of putting it by percent. So like for example, in another case, like for loot we have a number instead of, right? So this is like the relative number, probability 39, 35, and then basically what we do is sum up all these numbers, and then we divide this by the total to see how much is the probability. I mean, you can do it one way or the other way. I think this way is a bit easier because when you add a new card, right, you don't have to redo all the probabilities, right? You don't have to say 0.0002, 0.0. You just add the number. So you just add a new card with probability 2 that adds up to the wall system. So I think that would be probably easier, because otherwise you go crazy to remodel all the numbers all the time. So you just put a number which is your weight on the current total, considering that the current total will change, right, as soon as you add more cards. So that I would do it that way. I think that would be the easiest. No problem, no problem. You're very welcome. Okay, so here we are fishing, right? As soon as I click here, I enter into fishing mode, but I don't have a bait. Okay, you see that now the check works because it's asking me to have a bait equipped, right? So now I have a bait equipped. I do this, I enter in my fishing mode, and then I cast. Now I cast, and my bobber goes down. Okay, fine. I have to wait that the fish is actually... Okay, the fish actually arrived, right? And now here we are in our calculate difficulty. Okay. This is the first time we run this code, so I'm expecting potential issues. Let's see. So we found our resource, right? Our resource is basically the lake that is telling me... wait, why I have carp fish already? Yes, because then I have it in my item group. Yeah, this is the lake, right? In the lake I have 2 fishes. One is the carp and one is the lionfish, right? So we have these 2 fishes. So now what we will do, we will cut by skill. I have no idea what is my skill at the moment. But we are going to calculate the bait bonus. Okay, that's very nice. So the bait was actually recognized and we got a 30% boost thanks to the bait that I have used, right? And I used the Coamti bait. I think we scaled it down a bit, but pretty much the Coamti bait is here, so it should be 40%, I think. Ah, no, because I did, at the end I did 0, 10, 20, 30. Yeah, it is 30. At the end I did this. I did 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. This is what I did at the moment. We can change it anytime. But yeah, we got the co-empty one, which is 30. So in fact, here we get the bait bonus of 30. Okay, now here we are going to consume the bait. So the bait will be removed from my inventory. And we cannot check it because the client already timed out, but it's fine. Okay, now we get our player fishing skill, right? And my skill value, unfortunately, is only 2. Okay, we have a very, very low fishing skill. So probably I will not be able to catch... But then why the previous check didn't tell me? Wait, what is the minimum required skill for these 2 fishes? Actually, the minimum skill level is 10. So in theory, the game should have told me already that I couldn't fish anything. Which is a bit weird that it didn't. So this is the first error. Because now this will probably result in zero entries, right? Yeah, exactly. Because none of the fishes, so this means that the check that I did here, maybe it worked, but it didn't stop the minigame. That's possible. Yeah, I think this is what happened. I think this probably is what happened. So actually, I think we sent this message. Let me see if we have this on our client. But we didn't stop the minigame, and so the minigame continued. Actually not. Wait, on the server side though. Wait, actually on the proper log. Wait. On this log, yes. On this log. No, it's not here. Okay, so it seems that this check didn't work. It seems that this check didn't work. Because it should have told me. Okay, let's try to debug this. So I will just play. And we just try again. Because we want the game to tell me that I have no way to catch fishes in that area. So if I say fish, okay, we arrive here, right? So we find one resource, yes. So this resource should have a skill level of 0. I don't think so. It's not possible, it's not 0. Why 0? Ah, because he's doing it on the group. Yeah, I understand. Because he's doing it. So he's not checking, at the moment he's not checking this. He's not checking this. At the moment he's checking the group. Yeah. The actual why the table is never open when I need? Natural resources. Yeah, 77 we said, huh? 77. 77. It is 77, huh? I think so. Group 1. I don't know. Whatever has group 1. Group 1. Yes, this one. Yeah, so here probably we put the skill to 0. Yeah, I put the skill to 0. Okay, so how do we check it? Because actually this resource by itself does not tell us the skill, but is the item group of fishes that are inside that tell us the... So we need to analyze the item group to see if that's enough or not. I'm thinking, yeah, we have to get, yeah, I mean, this skill is wrong. Okay, we have to do this. We have to determine the minimum skill for this item group, right? For this resource item group, right? So we basically have to cycle on, assuming that this is already loaded, and I think it is, so you should have an item group, right? And the item group points to a natural resource item star, right? To a natural resource items. Yeah, items. Why this is plural? I mean, it's one item, but fine. And so here we determine the, actually it's an integer, but mean skill, right? Mean skill required, right? Mean skill required. So we iterate on that, and then we check for this item what is the skill level, right? And if the item skill level is greater, no, is less, no, what do we do? I have to catch the minimum skill level, and there should be at least one. So what do? I put this to 1000, and because if I put this to -1 and I say if the current skill level is less than, right, it will never work. What? Let's say that if it's -1, right, if it's the first time we do it, we automatically set it equal to the current item skill level, right? So they will become the new minimum. Else, right, if not, we check if the item skill level is less than the minimum required. Okay, now this works. And if that's true, right, we set, so the first time we set it as the first element, and then from the first element up we check if that is less than that, and if it is, we set it equal to that. Okay, nice. So now we have the minimum skill required, and now we can check if my, okay, now this is working. Unfortunately, I'm finishing my time. I need to go, but this, I think this will work now. Now, if you have no, if there is no skill, I mean, if there is no item group, it will be -1, so it will always be valid, basically. But in theory, that should never happen. In theory, I can put it to 0, so is a reasonable value. But I think -1 is okay. Okay, let's do this last test, and then I really need to go. But we made very good progress. I'm happy today of what we did. Pretty happy about it. And by the way, I think I'm going to take holidays on Thursday and Friday this week. because anyway it's Thanksgiving in the US, and so there is a lot of people that are in holiday, and I think I would take holiday as well, even if I'm not in the US, but and so maybe we will see each other, you know, more Thursday and Friday. Okay, let me test this. So this will ensure that I have the skill, I have enough skill for that lake, and if not, it will tell me. Right? That's very good. We have to work on all these corner cases because obviously the players in game are gonna do whatever, right? So we have to be sure that we catch all the possible. Okay. So now with my skill 2, I cannot fish here. So if I ask to fish, right, this check will basically bail out, right? Yeah, present but too hard for you. So on the client, I will get a message, right, which is your current skill is not enough to fish here. Fantastic. Okay. So now I'm gonna boost my skill in fishing. And we boost it to what? So there are 2 fishes actually, right? One is requiring 10, one is requiring 30. Let's put it to 30 so that anyway we have enough for both fishes, right? Okay, so now I have 30 fishing skills. So if I do this again, right, this should actually work properly. You start to fish. Okay, I'm going to cast my line. Whoop. Done. I'm gonna wait a bit of time, right? 5 seconds, and now we are here. Okay, so now we are in a better situation because now I have enough skill to actually fish in this lake, right? And so now this array should have 2 entries. Yeah, exactly. Yes, 2 entries, right? Which are the 2 fishes, the lionfish and the carpfish. So now we know that we can fish those 2. We calculate the maximum random, which should be 0.8, as we said. Uh-oh, it's saying 0. Why is it saying 0? Because the probability is 0 actually. Why? Probability is 0. No, it's not. Unless it is an integer and I did something stupid like that. No. Probability cannot be 0. When we load, so we don't load it properly. Okay, we don't load it properly. I have to go though. I have to go. But I think we are not loading it. There is a bug in the loading of the fish. There is a bug in the loading. Natural resource. Oh, or we are still loading the probability of the wall resource instead of loading the one of the item. Yeah, that's very possible. Item group, get resource by item group, get resource by item group, group ID, blah blah blah. Probability. Yeah, we don't have it here. We don't load it. We don't load it, boys. We don't load it. I don't know why. I forgot it. Is after reward nickname there is probability. And I just forgot. It's not loaded from the database. Probability. Get float. Probability. Okay, I'm gonna go. Because it's too late. But yeah, this was missing. So now it will work. And yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. And I will see you. Already some snow on the mountains near. Yes, we have snow. It actually snowed here in my house. I mean, not inside. is snowed here 3 days ago, I think. And yes, there is snow. There is snow in the mountains. There is. Okay, good night everyone. If you want to leave a follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that's great. Also, if you want to connect to our socials, we have plenty and you can do. And also if you want to try our game, remember that our game is released. The service is up and players are there. So what are you waiting for? Go to download now and just download it, or for Windows or for Linux or for Mac. Unfortunately, the fishing minigame is not there yet, but it will be next release. Bye-bye. See ya.